Hi, my name is Valeria, and today we are going to explore our software and take a closer look at the process. To make the most of this video, I suggest we answer a couple of fundamental questions. And the first question will be, what is Growth Effect? Growth Effect is a B2B sales accelerator. We help B2B companies to build a scalable and predictable outbound sales process. Growth Effect provides you with expert support and campaign management, outreach engagement software, Google Chrome extension, and onboarding session and trainings for your sales team. Since the main goal of this video is to explore our software capabilities, let's stop here for a moment. This Venn diagram visualizes the four core elements of our software. It's data and prospecting, outreach automation, data analysis, and a lead management system. Anyone who has experienced a traditional form of prospecting and outreach can tell you that this is hard work. It takes hours, if not even days, to get started. In most of the cases for a salesperson, it's one of the least exciting efforts. Using software offers the following benefits: less time spent on prospecting, faster and more accurate outreach to prospective clients, higher response rate and lower cost per lead, more time for a sales team to focus on what they are good at, such as having meetings with potential customers and making sales. As a reference for our software demonstration, we will use a campaign we are currently running for one of our customers. However, since the dashboard displays sensitive data, certain parts will be blurred. So this is a typical campaign dashboard. At the top of the page, we see a header with conversion metrics such as acceptance rate, response rate, and the deal creation rate. Now, let's pause for a moment. The first conversion metric we see is acceptance rate. We can observe that there are 2 LinkedIn profiles connected to our software, and our system has sent 2,365 connection requests to their target audience. It's important to address where we obtain the data from and how we build a database of the people our customer wants to reach out to. We typically begin our research using Sales Navigator because of its broad filtration capabilities, which enable us to create a highly precise list of companies and individuals in those businesses with whom we wish to connect. If we are unable to identify your ideal customer profile for Sales Navigator, we can explore other data sources. Coming back to our header, the second conversion is the response rate. All prospects who accepted the connection request are now receiving one of the drip message sequences. Based on a quick calculation using the current results, we can see that in most of the cases, sending just one message to a prospect is not enough to get a response. On average, it takes 2, 3, sometimes even 4 follow-ups to receive a first response. Here, it's important to answer the question of how message sequences typically appear and who creates them. During our onboarding session and workshops, we will dedicate time to co-create various versions of message sequences that we intend to test. The key is to later analyze which messaging resonates better with your target audience. The software we use allows us to answer these questions based on real data, helping to understand what your target audience needs in order to engage them and establish initial contact. The last conversion we see on our dashboard header is a so-called deal creation rate. So we can see that the sales team of our customer at the moment was able to schedule 10 introductory meetings with their potential customers. Under the dashboard header with conversions starts the analytical part of the software. In order to know how we can influence our conversions and improve the campaign results, for our account managers and for you, it's going to be extremely important to know what types of people in the companies we are reaching out to are willing to accept your connection request in most of the cases, what types of people are going to respond to you, and with what types of people we have the highest chances to create a deal. This information we can find here in the position table. This feature allows us to sort people by descending or ascending the acceptance rate. Same I can do with the response rate and a deal creation rate. Another feature which can help you to improve the conversion rates also gives you an insight regarding your profile performance. In this case, there are two LinkedIn profiles which are connected to the software. And now, by clicking on Show Analytics button, I can get insights in terms of their performance. In this case, based on those analytics, I can definitely see that one profile has way higher acceptance, response, and deal creation rate than another one. So here, an action point for our account manager will be to help you to optimize the underperforming profile. Another way how we can help you to improve your response rate and the deal creation rate is by testing different message sequences. In this case, we have developed 4 different message sequences with this customer, and during our pilot outreach campaign, we were doing A/B test in order to see what message sequence resonates better with the target audience we are reaching out to. If we take a closer look at this overview, we can definitely see that different message sequences will have different response rates, different mood, different classification of the responses we receive, and different deal creation rates. Important here will be not only to track the quantity of the responses you receive, but also quality. So then, combining those 3 factors, which is the response rate, the type of the responses you receive, and the amount of deals which you created from the sequence, we can definitely say which sequence is the underperforming one, and which sequence we need to stop in this case, and which sequence seems to work the best, and we are going to scale it up. Same type of the table with analytics like we saw next to our message sequences, we can observe on the left side of our dashboard. And this is a general campaign health table. This table gives us an understanding if the campaign is performing well. And then, if we see that there are too many negative responses, our account managers will help you to create different message sequences. In case we see too many people are saying that they are not the right people to discuss this topic, which we are asking them about, then we will recheck the positions we are targeting and reconsider our target audience. Everyone who has more than 10 ongoing conversations in their LinkedIn inbox most probably noticed how difficult it is to keep track of those. This is where our lead management system comes in very handy. Each team member who uses our software will have their own personal lead management system. Let's take a look at one of those together. In order to be redirected to your personal lead management system, you just need to click on your profile image or your name. So system redirected us to a personal lead management system. At the top of this page, we see a taskbar with open, overdue, upcoming and completed tasks. And if we scroll down, we can also find a list of all connected profiles and all replies this profile has ever received. Both lists we can export into a CSV or Excel format. Let's scroll up and come back to a taskbar, since this part of the software is extremely helpful for you in order to manage all incoming responses and open conversations we generate for you. In this case, we see that this profile has 12 overdue tasks, which are called check reply on LinkedIn. Why is it important? Every time you get a new response from your potential customer and it pings in your LinkedIn inbox, our software detects it and creates a task for you, which is called check reply on LinkedIn. Let's click on one of those open tasks to see what happened with this prospect. By clicking on the task, I was redirected to a new page, and this is prospect's personal overview. So on the left side, we can see personal information about the prospect, on the right side, information about the company. If I scroll down, I can even see a list of colleagues this prospect has, and here in the middle, the conversation history between a sales manager and the prospect. And at the top of the page, I see my auto-created task, which is called check reply on LinkedIn. So now a sales manager needs to check this response and continue the conversation. By clicking on the speech bubble, a sales manager is going to be redirected to his or her LinkedIn inbox, from where we can continue the conversation. So as you can see, system redirected you to the exact same place in LinkedIn where the conversation was happening. So here in the middle, you will see the conversation history with the prospect you're reaching out to, And now, of course, the next step is to continue this conversation. In order to help you to continue your conversation with the potential customer, apart from the software, we will also give you our Google Chrome extension. Part of this extension we can see here, and it's called a sidebar. This sidebar has different response templates which are part of the conversation flow which we will co-create together with you. So now, based on the last response you received from the prospect, you just need to pick the right template from the sidebar. In this case, it will be this one. So I click on the right folder and there is a template which is prepared for me. By clicking on this button, this message is going to be copied and pasted to my inbox. If I don't have to change anything in this message, by clicking on AI send button, this message is going to be automatically logged into our system. As we can see, our extension also asked us if we want to schedule a follow-up task. So in this case, I just need to pick the right time for this task by clicking on the calendar. Or instead of clicking on the calendar, I can choose in how many days I want to have this task. In this case, I want to have it in 7 days. Now, by clicking on Yes button, this task is going to be automatically created for me in the system. So in 7 days, I will see it in my lead management system as a task which I have for today. So now we can see that in our system, the conversation history is updated and there is a new task which is pending at the moment and called follow-up. So on the 2nd of November, this task is going to be active and assigned to a sales manager who is in touch with this prospect. To ensure that the methodology we offer is suitable for your type of business and target audience, we always start with a pilot campaign. More details about the pilot outreach campaign you can find under the link in the description below. You will receive a complete guide on building a scalable and predictable lead generation machine. Our experts will provide support and knowledge, along with the software which covers all aspects of B2B outbound sales and onboarding for your entire sales team. Ready to turn your outbound sales process into a full hands-off activity with one platform? Contact us for a free strategy call and let's see if we are the right fit for your success.